bags and boards because I'm a fucking dork. My comic book collection gives me an erection. What?
How's it going, gang? I'm Matt Cohen. You might know me from my podcast, Bagged and Boarded, or my work with Kevin Smith and the Smodco Network, or maybe from a little film called People vs. George Lucas. And you, sir?
I am Sean DiPasquale. You
shouldn't know him. You shouldn't know him. You know what? I take it back. You should. He's a nice guy, and he's relevant to our conversation today. I have grown up loving comic books from a very early age. I can remember vividly going to the shop every week for my Venom, Ghost Rider, Punisher flicks. I was a fucked up little kid. I read Archie too. Don't worry about it, gang.
I never read Archie.
You never read Archie?
Oh, fucking Punisher, Venom,
and Archie. That's how that goes.
There was no goodness.
I read a lot of Harvey comics. I was all across the boards. I loved comic books. I was reading Osamu Tezuka manga. I'm a comic guy, and Sean actually works in comic books.
Yes.
What have you done in the medium, sir?
I mean, I've been doing it for 10 years. I've self-published my own books. I've written, I've edited, I've lettered.
Which some people find impressive, but
not as much as drawing, which is something I've never done. Also relevant.
It is also we're chock full of relevancy today, guys.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it all tight.
We're keeping it tight.
We're even standing close.
Insanely tight.
It's weird.
It's awkward.
His arm hair is touching mine.
This camera shot is way bigger than the space we are standing in. We have more room. But we're just that good friends.
Yeah.
And what do good friends do?
They work together.
They work together.
They work together on things that they're passionate about.
And things that are relevant to the current conversation.
Yes.
I want to make a comic book. I've grown up loving comic books. I've worked in like 10 comic book stores. I do a fucking podcast called Bagged and Boarded, which is a comic book term. I want to make a comic book. And I had an idea for a comic book called Geek. And I turned to my good friend Sean here to help me out with it. And he edited the book, and we discussed it for, hell, this has been going on for like 2 years now. Yeah. We know Geek. The thing we don't know is drawing, because here was our first attempt at some Geek concept character sketches.
Matt drew it.
I drew it. Let's laugh at my failures as a man and an artist. No, seriously though, that obviously
so bad.
That obviously wasn't going to work. But we were lucky enough to find someone who would work very, very well, and that's Mr. Axel Ortiz. Now, Axel is an incredible artist. This will be his first comic book, but he's worked in many, many, many other mediums, doing some amazing stuff, and we're going to show you some of it right now. So, you've seen Axel's artwork. You know what kind of an artist he is. You've met us. You might like/tolerate us. Two cute faces. And now you're asking yourself, what is Geek? Well, you might be thinking, is Geek a live-action role-playing game?
No, because you already said that Geek is a comic book.
Oh, fuck. All right, never mind then. I was going to go through a whole list of things that it wasn't.
No.
But that's what it is. It's a comic book that I came up with. Sean helped me edit, and Axel's going to draw.
Yeah.
Here's the basic story of Geek. Sit down, kids. Make yourself some popcorn. Unbutton your pants.
It's not going to be that long.
It's not going to be that... Well, I don't know, dude.
Don't go make popcorn. Watch this really first and then make popcorn.
Yes. Watch it first, then make popcorn, and watch it again, and just rub the popcorn all over your bodies and souls.
No, eat the popcorn.
Eat the popcorn first, and then
rub it on your bodies and souls. Yes.
Geek. Meet Obi, your average stoner comic book fan who finds himself in the course of one day transported from just another nerd walking the floor of San Diego Comic-Con to the newest recruit of Geek, a secret government organization made up of the world's top geeks and nerds, and whose only purpose is to fight and defeat the evil forces of Slick, which are made up of the world's squarest types. Lawyers, fashion models, business tycoons, you get the picture. Action, comedy, suspense, tons of geeky references and celebrity cameos. Geek is a superhero book for a new generation. A generation that likes bong hits. And remember, just because a fucker reads comics.
Wow, man, that was an excellent summary. My My hat's off to
Well,
you.
thank you, Sean. Take your hat off. Take your shirt off.
No.
Take your pants off. That's a whole different Kickstarter.
Let's tease him in another way.
Let's tease you in another way. Should we give you guys a quick checklist of the stuff in Geek that we haven't talked about yet?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Oh, this is exciting.
You ready for this?
Tease him.
Bong hits.
Check.
Birth of a new superhero.
Check.
San Diego Comic-Con.
Check.
Hayao Miyazaki.
Check.
A building burns down.
Check.
A superhero fight where one of the superheroes is tripping on mushrooms.
Check.
Me.
Check.
Kind of.
Me.
Him.
Check.
Check.
Axel.
Axel.
Check. And
here's the last check. You
guys.
This is where you guys come in. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is where you guys come in. Honestly, this is your chance to help us out. This is a comic book that I honestly, the reason I wrote it is because it was something I'd like to read, and I think Sean feels the same way.
Axel and I both are working on this book because I want to see it in print. It's awesome.
It's
funny.
It's funny, and that's
amazing.
the thing. It's bloody
and it's unique.
It's bloody and it's funny and it's raunchy and it's adult and it works in the trope of classic superheroes, and it's kind of a deconstruction of the whole thing.
It is
basically
it's
something that the big two would never publish. No. And that's where you guys come in. It's something that really any of the big companies wouldn't give a chance to, and that's original creator-owned, non-rebooted, not based off a kids cartoon from the 1980s.
Yes.
And that's why I think this is kind of a cool project. I'm going to be publishing it, distributing it, marketing the entire thing, printing it all on my own dime. The Kickstarter is to pay Sean and Axel for their very hard-earned work. Sean has birthed 12 babies in the last few months, and Axel hasn't eaten in 6 weeks.
It's true.
So that's not true, actually. But they do.
No, Axel has eaten.
Axel eats a lot.
Definitely.
Sean pops out them babies. They work really hard for what they do, and they don't. This is the kind of project that would not see the light of day in other ways, and they wouldn't be able to get paid like this in other ways. And that's the other thing. These dudes are taking a massive pay cut to help work on this book, so it really is kind of a special project, and we hope you guys are as excited about it as we are.
It's exactly what creator-owned comics should be. It's one of the last do-it-yourself mediums, and this is what I've been doing for the last 10 years. This is what Axel does, and
this is what I'm trying to do.
It's gonna be a true do-it-yourself project, and we're gonna get it off the ground. All of us.
We thought we'd reach out to you guys because again, this comic is a celebration of everything that makes me and everything that I love about being a geek.
It is a hug to geek culture.
And I thought you guys might need a hug.
You do need a hug.
Give us a hug.
We need hugs.
Donate. There's some really, really cool incentives. We're going to be updating this page an insane amount. We've got podcasts, comedy videos, live shows in LA. Geek is not just a comic book.
37 hours of bloopers.
It's a revolution. And we hope you guys will be there for the start of it. I'm Matt.
Yeah. I'm Sean.
And let's hope together we can geek the fuck out.
Please.
Booyah!
I like bags and boards because I'm a fucking dork. My comic book collection gives me an erection. What?